What's good, everybody? Welcome back to the show. We are here. I was just talking to the TikTok fam because they're here about a minute before you guys because I can't do the intro on there. But anyway, hope you're doing well. Welcome back, as always, to the new look 2Bit Crypto Show. As always, hope you guys enjoyed the outro yesterday. But we have yet again a pretty important show this evening. We're going to break down what's going on in the markets. We're also going to break down and what the frick is happening. Why is Bitcoin crashing? The markets overall going to freaking zero. I'm going to tell you why that's not the case. However, there is some important things we need to be aware of, all right? So we're going to sort of break that down. We're going to talk about what it's all about. We're going to get in some very important charts that you guys need to be aware of. And we're going to look to what is coming on Friday because the whole narrative shifted in the last 24 hours. So as much as we were like, oh, everything's kind of all right. We're all going to be good. Everything's going to be fine. Ooh, we might be in for a little bit more pain. Anyway, however, I just want to start the stream by saying, by the way, if you didn't watch my content today, I actually uploaded 3 videos to keep you guys dialed in. Altcoin market, Bitcoin review, and an XRP video. I am still very macro bullish on the market, and I still think we've got way more upside to come, even if Bitcoin was to go a little bit further. Now, this is why I always talk about it's good to have a little bit of capital on the side. If you guys have been playing the game sensibly, been listening in, you've been taking notes, then you've got capital to deploy. I've got capital to deploy. I am waiting to see what happens. Today's been a pretty aggressive day. We actually haven't seen this kind of dump pretty much since we broke above that kind of 118 range. Very nearly we got it sort of early on in August. But again, today's been a big old dump, and I'm going to tell you exactly why. So you guys are very much dialed in. As always, though, do me a favor, hit that like button and subscribe if you're brand new to here. And this might be your first cryptocurrency bull run. Well, guess what? We're going to bring you up to date and keep you on track with what you need to know. So let's say hello to a few people, and we're going to get right into it. So what's going on, Tim? Good to see you, buddy. Welcome, as always. By the way, no, I didn't find a way to sort the names out. I don't think it's possible. I think YouTube just changed its way of doing it. So I can't. I'm sorry, Tim. I can't do it. I just could not simply find a way to do it. So I will double check. Maybe ChatGPT can help me out. But anyway, 37, good to see Robert Overs here as well. Magic Craig, Kenneth, good to see you guys. Welcome, as always. Swamp's in the building. Good to see you, Mr. Swamp. Always good to have you here. RP's M is here. Curtis is here as well. Welcome, welcome, welcome. And yeah, oh, by the way, the Discord server is open, all right? It's open. We've got some cool-ass stuff going into that Discord server. I've just put a bot in there now that'll track, like, do TA analysis for you on particular cryptocurrencies. It'll look at DEXs as well, DeFi players, everything you could possibly ask for. That's now in there as well. So we've got some cool stuff going in there as well. So links in the description. It's also in the chat as well. So if you're interested in getting involved, come and join our Discord. It's totally free. It's just going to be a good place to get involved in. Sammy Silver, good to see you, man. Brandon, what's going on? Welcome to you. Swamp's in the house. Tomato Pete, legend. As always, Mr. Nadar, good to see you. Welcome, welcome, welcome. And yeah, I think I said hello to most people. Cheese, good to see you, man, although your name's super difficult to see. And then welcome to everybody here on TikTok as well. Thank you so much for tuning in. We appreciate you guys. Like I said, good to have you guys a little bit before. I get lonely otherwise waiting for the stream. But yeah, Hafez, good to see you, Mohammed. We'll talk about altcoin season in just a minute. If you haven't already, though, go and watch that video I put out earlier. That's going to give you a little bit of an idea. Simon says, I bought the dip in the last hour. Now just waiting for the US rates info. Very interesting, Simon. You read my mind, baby. We're going to be talking about that tonight. Bear market starts next month. Jay, you're absolutely wrong. You are 100% wrong. How far would we drop? Well, that is also a question. We're going to get into it. Yeah, Ardon. See, Ardon knows what's going on. What do you think about 40% BTC, 20% XRP, 50% ETH, 5% Sol, 5% Cardano, 5% Link, and HBAR for long-term DCA? I think that is a pretty solid play. I'm debatable on Cardano, but that's what I want to say. But anyway, we'll get into kind of your questions, your thoughts, your views, and all that kind of stuff in just a minute. As always, though, sit back, relax, and get involved because it's going to be an epic hour and a bit. Right. I'll show you guys the charts in a minute. Here we go then. So, while the market was taking a massive dumperino today and everyone was completely freaking out, we actually had a number of companies buying more Bitcoin. Actually, this is the kind of top 3 that we've seen specifically big, kind of big purchases. You know, Kindly MD buying over 5,500 Bitcoin today. MicroStrategy, we talked about this yesterday, 51.4 million. Libwork in Japan, they have now a $3.3 million purchase plan. So, again, you can kind of allow yourself to get into a world of going, well, the market's going to freaking zero and Bitcoin's done and da-da-da-da-da. They don't think it. They don't think it. Yeah, maybe I'd maybe want a little bit more exposure to maybe something like Chainlink or HBAR or maybe even Salana. If you look at metrics on Solana, that thing should be way more than Ethereum. Just saying, I'm bullish on Ethereum, by the way. But yeah, that's where I'll get to. By the way, though, Cardano can have a run. If it gets stablecoin, you're in. But look, I'm not a financial advisor. This is not a financial advice channel. I'm just giving you my view. Okay, so important to think about. Right, let's take a look at the charts. TikTok, I'm going to see you in just a minute. Go and have a look at the charts. We're going to talk all about it. See you in a minute. Right, Joshua, what's going on? Said, haven't we been dumping 4 days already? I mean, technically it's actually 6, but, you know, it's fine. It's fine. Obi Joe's in the house. What's going on, buddy? Welcome to you, as always. Good to have you here. Did you have a good holiday, Stuart? Yes, I did, mate. I did. I was disappointed that I didn't get to cover this, like, gigantic pump. And as always with a holiday, unfortunately, in this world of cryptocurrency and YouTube, you have to like start the grind again. So again, if you could all just massively support the channel, thanks 37 as always. You are commenting on everything, so I appreciate it. If any people can like, comment, share, all that kind of stuff, it does just help the channel get moving again, which is kind of good news. Not that it's bad, by the way, but it just takes like a bit of it. They're like, oh, you didn't upload a video for like 26 hours. You must have quit YouTube. Anyway. So here we are on the Bitcoin chart. What have we got? What's going on? Well, we kind of have to look a little bit more macro to this. And I mean, look, I'm always going to try and find the positives in anything because that's just the way I live and work. But it's fair to say this is a little bit painful. All right. If we can get back above like 113.7, I'd probably feel a little bit more confident. I'd want to see us get back within this range here, particularly given the market trend. But unfortunately, there is not a lot working in our favor. Now, you could argue and say, well, too, but we might come a little bit lower. You could argue maybe this could become a support level around that 112 line, probably gets us to a decent level. That was kind of a key resistance level here. Likewise, became big support here from this previous dip, which again, we've seen before. The question has to be, why? And think about this. This is actually a big old red candle. If you look at all of these other red candles coming, this is the big red candle, which should tell you something changed today. Should tell you that. Something changed today. We're going to break down exactly what changed today and why all of a sudden it's become a very, very big day on Friday. So obviously we kind of got PPI and a few other macro things, the whole Russia scenario, but today has been all about this. And you might be thinking, what the hell is this? This is the 10-2 split, the 10-year US Treasury bonds and the 2-year Treasury bonds at 4.3 and 3.754. And what you're actually seeing now is the bond market coming down. Now, you may be wondering, that's interesting too, but why is the bond market coming down? Why is the price coming down? That you'd expect them to go in. And remember this, markets don't like uncertainty. And at the minute, they have uncertainty. And we'll talk a little bit about what that uncertainty is, but it directly relates to your friend of mine, Mr. Jerome Powell. And the reality is that as we see the 10-year and the 2-year drop, the reality is that you are going to see risk assets sell to get involved in these. Bear in mind, 4.36% yield on a 10-year treasury is a decent number. This could rally to 5% without even messing around here. Equally on the 2 years, bear in mind that's a hold for 2 years and you get 4% return on your investment. It's actually not that bad if people genuinely believe that we're in for a bit of a problem in the market. So this is what changed. Now, you may be thinking, okay, well, we are promised rate cuts. It's all going to be fine. Rate cuts are going to fix everything. Remember, markets don't particularly like rate cuts. They like printing. This is the reality of it. Rate cuts should signal money printing. If it doesn't, then we might be in for a bit of pain. But this is kind of what happened today. And we'll talk about why Jackson Hole has now become very important and why traders are looking for this for a market. We could, by the way, and this is worth noting and bracing yourself, and I think the markets are pricing this in, by the way, that Jerome Powell could talk about rate hikes in September. If there is a real big weakening in the jobs market, which, by the way, was revised back, 30,000, I think was the number. Lots of federal layoffs, albeit I think that'll come October, but we're not really sure. We'll try and get that data as that sort of falls through. This could actually mean Jerome Powell could come out at 7 a.m., I think it's Pacific Standard Time, on Friday and talk about rate hikes. This is not good, right? Rate hikes are bad news. What we need to talk about is rate cuts aligned to then money printing. That M2 needs to continue. The US debt needs to kind of chill out a little bit. But yeah, it's important. It's important to see that. My chart 100K is the lowest we go, Curtis. Maybe. I mean, we could go way lower than that. If all hell breaks loose, we could see ourselves back down here somewhere. Like if Jerome Powell comes out and says, look, we've seen a significant weakening in the labor market, and actually we think inflation is a potential tariff risk, and that we don't believe something is priced in right now, I mean, the whole market's going to collapse. What's important to think about here, and when I say collapse, that's over an exaggeration, but you get my point. What's important to reference here is you've got things like the S&P 500 down 0.5%, gold down 0.5%, the Russell down 0.8%. This tells us that this is a macro issue. It's not just about risk on, risk off. This is the macro issue that comes in. So anyway, so Bitcoin 113,082 has got no upward momentum right now. It doesn't matter how you look at it. It doesn't matter if you look at it on the 30-minute. This is just down, all right? Simple as that. Right now, the trend is bad news, and it is bad news for quite an aggressive way. Does it mean we're going to go down forever? No. Does it mean that we're going to see, 90K Bitcoin again? No, of course it doesn't. It just means right now that we are very much bearish on where the market is going to go. On the short term, macro side of things, still completely fine. Look at the weekly. You're like, oh, okay, it's a little bit of a dip. We saw exactly the same here before the blast off. Exactly the same sort of market structure. The only difference is the actual wicks and volatility isn't as, it's not as much as we're seeing. It's very much kind of a downward momentum. But anyway, that's where we are. Obviously, we could go through each one of the altcoins. They're all wrecked. Between 6 and 8% down. Again, nothing green. It's just a disaster throughout the board. You'll have seen this, I'm sure, in most of your markets and most of your portfolios. So we can just save ourselves a bit of time by not going through the altcoin market. They're getting smashed. It's as simple as that. All right. We just need to not lose our mind over it and, move on. That's my view. So that's kind of where we sit. Now, the important thing to think about is whenever you get this kind of whole market narrative of like, oh, we're going to zero, everyone loves to jump on the bandwagon and tell you that literally the world's about to end, right? Everyone loves it. It is a really obvious thing. And this is exactly what's happening at the minute. So you've got this kind of big narrative that's being pushed right now of, 51% of the pool Bitcoin miners are in the same pool. Oh my God, this could be a 51% attack and all Bitcoin got zero and we're all done for it. Well, yeah, I mean, we could do. Equally, some people could break into Fort Knox. Someone could launch a nuclear missile and we're all dead tomorrow. Doesn't mean it's going to happen. But this narrative's been pushed, and I want to come out and just kind of say, look, yes, all right, 51% of the network is running out of two pools. Who the cares? Like, really, who the hell cares? Like, that's my view. And I think, again, this is narratives where people are going, maybe we just hold off on the market. Maybe we just chill out a little bit. And look, that's the reality of it. So I'm really not even bothered about this kind of nonsense. I think it's a load of crap. But anyway, that's my opinion on that. But my view is always to be slightly bearish, TikTok. Come on. Slightly bullish. I don't know why I said bearish, but slightly bullish. The reality is that actually the Bitcoin golden line never lies. We've been here before. If you've been around for a few bull markets so far, you've seen it all before. You've been there. You've seen a 20% dip and everyone's going crazy and we're all going to zero and you question your own logic. But ultimately you get to the right cause, which is we are going freaking higher. And that's just my opinion. Good. Right. I'm so tempted to move everything into Tether. Obi. You got to do what you got to do, bro. JP Morgan Chase predicting 5 rate cuts this year. I mean, that'd be pretty crazy. I don't think we'll get 5. I think we might get 3. It depends. They could do 25 basis points. Probably the sensible decision in September, followed by maybe 50 in October, and then maybe followed by 50. To get 5 rate cuts, they'd have to double cut in a month. Or do you mean like 1.25%? You have to just you have to let me know. So yeah, that's what you could see, by the way. BTC gold is very bearish midterm. Yeah. I mean, look, gold's having like a pretty challenging one. Are you live? Yes, Frankie Connolly, I am indeed. I think we could have a few month downtrend. I mean, we could. I don't personally see it, but we could. I think there's too much macro stuff going on, too much buying of it. Tether dominance is an indicator of bearishness. Well, not really. Just tether dominance means that people are going into stablecoins. Because you could argue that tether dominance right now, I'm looking at it, is 3.4%. Yes, it's increased, but actually it's still nowhere near where it's been. And you could argue that at the very bottom on the 14th of August, which remember at all-time high, we did see a pump on tether dominance. It just means people are buying more tether than they are Bitcoin. It's not really an indication of bearishness. I believe anyway. 3.36 USDC 3.2. Okay, that's fine. That's fine. Bitcoin is definitely selling off, though. We could definitely be in for a little bit more pain here. So strap in. But anyway, to this point here, history does show the biggest move always starts here. The final bear trap, miss it, and you miss the cycle. This might be true, by the way. This absolutely could be the moment we've all been waiting for. That move previous that has always come in at the certain points, again, on that golden cross line. We'll have to see. I believe everything is still playing out as normal. I've got a video coming out talking about 2026. Is this realistic or is it just hype? Get ready for that one. It's going to be pretty good news. What I can tell you, though, and I am going to show you this chart, TikTok, because it's important you guys see this. Look at this chart. This is the greatest chart of all time. It's not all time, right? It's not all time. Let's not lose our minds over this. But this is an important chart to reference, and I'll tell you why. This is the short-term holders SOPR multiples of the 30-day and the 365-day. Basically, what does it tell us? Right now, Bitcoin's short-term holders are selling at a loss for the first time since January, signaling either a reset or weakening momentum. So actually, we're seeing people that probably bought the hype, probably bought the all-time high of, 10 days ago, and are now selling that, panic selling. The difference today, though, we didn't see a massive amount of institutional buying. We've just seen a little bit, and not necessarily from the people you would expect, by the way. So short-term holders, a good narrative as to exactly what's going on. And, the fact that they are selling at a loss, well, that's fine. That's their problem. They will be the ones that come back in when the markets return. They are, unfortunately, the people that just get wrecked all the time, or as we like to know them, exit liquidity. So yeah, stay sharp, boys. Buy the dips. Feyenoord's in the building. What's going on, Feyenoord? Man, we got like 50-odd people here in the TikTok live. Shout out to you guys. Nearly 100 people here on TikTok, on YouTube as well. So shout out to you and everyone coming in. Don't forget to do all the good things that do support the channel. That would be really well received. And as always, thank you very much indeed. 𝗥𝗲𝗹𝘁𝗲𝗃. What the hell? I don't even know what it means. Okay, we'll take a look at that in the DeFi section that comes up in about 15 minutes. So yeah, stick around. Get ready. Remind me as well. Josh says, make altcoins great again. Make America the capital of cryptocurrency. Pipe dreams until bring Bo Hines back. That's what I'd say. He was the fix. He's gone and everything's gone to shit since he left. But anyway, it's fine. It's fine. Powell can't use PPI as a reason for not to cut rates because the increase was mainly service industry, which is not affected by tariffs. That's true. Manufacturing did get hit as well, though. So be mindful of that. Manufacturing did get some pain. And actually, his big narrative, I think, will be the jobs market. That's what I think he'll if he wants to. And by the way, if he was to rate hike, he's basically like sticking two fingers up at Trump, which would be pretty brave if you ask me. So anyway, we'll see. This is an important chart to reference. Now, I also have another chart that I want you guys to saw. So again, go that way. Go that way, TikTok. See you in a minute. I also want to show you this chart because this chart's important as well. Bitcoin exchange reserves. Now, you might be fooled into thinking that everyone is selling their Bitcoin right now. Even your nan decided she was going to convert some of her pension into USDT without trying to get into the markets. But what we do know here is the actual value on all exchanges right now, i.e. in terms of Bitcoin, what do they have, is exactly the same number as the August 14th all-time high run. So exchanges have exactly the same amount of Bitcoin as they did on the all-time high run. So is this the fact that everyone is sending their cryptocurrency to exchanges and everyone's dumping their bags, or is it just the fact that this is a correction in the market? This is just an ease up, maybe a little bit of a pressure cooker valve going off. It definitely feels like it at exactly the same point as you would expect. So important chart to reference here. And then look, there is also good news coming over the corner. There's lots of IPO discussions, lots of bullish news. And again, look at this. Ripple congratulating Bullish on a successful IPO. And then doubling down on the fact that we are actually seeing massive exchange volume, in particular, looking at something like Binance with over 61% month on month in terms of actual trading volume. By the way, this isn't futures, derivatives, or anything else. This is simply people buying and selling Bitcoin. Binance dominates. So again, you could argue and say, oh, I think the market's over. Or you can simply look at all the macro side of things and go, my emotions are getting the better of me. Anyway. Yeah, my point. What's going on? Beebs, good to see you, man. Good to see you. As always. Keep your eye on Stream Elements, by the way. It's going rogue today. I don't really know why. It's going rogue. You reckon BTC heading further down or going back to 116? I mean, right now it looks very weak. That's what I would say. I could see a 112 retest personally. Bitcoin does look weak. So, I think it depends. We could do with some macro good news. we can maybe do with a slight easing. Or, I mean, we're going to have to wait until, what, next week, really? I mean, Jackson Hole's going to be the big one. Jackson Hole's going to be the big one. So let's talk about it, because this is going to tell us, I know that sounds like a proper, like, get out of jail free card, but I think where everyone was 100% rate cuts are coming, it's priced in, everything's going to be great, all these super duper rate cuts coming in, everyone's kind of gone, ooh, shit. What happens if he actually talks about raising rates? Like, remember, at the last Fed meeting, there was kind of an underlining statement that was a bit like, maybe we should be raising rates, like the employment market's not great, inflation's not great, tariffs having an effect. It was a bit like, it wasn't like a super dovish, like, oh yeah, everything's great, we're nearly at 2% on our, you know, Fed funds rate, and jobs market's fantastic. It was like the jobs market's a fucking disaster, and interest rates there or thereabouts. So he could definitely come out and be like, due to a weakening labor market, and interest rates are the positive though, by the way, because interest rates are still holding up. So he would be specifically using the labor market as kind of a, you know, as kind of a like, well, as the narrative, basically, which I guess wouldn't be that great, to be honest. But, you know, trueflation, the US, 2.02%. That's fine. Do you know what I mean? That's in line with where they want to get to, the federal funds rate. The big one to watch out, what does the 10-year and the 2-year Treasury look like? We're going to watch that all week when we're live. Remember, as always, 4 p.m. Eastern, 9 p.m. in the UK, to make sure that we are on it. Good. So yeah, keep your eyes on that. So let's talk about Jackson Hole then. Let's talk about what's happening. Let's talk about potentially what could and what is the most likely output from Jerome Powell. Well, look, historically, he has kind of markets. That's the honest answer. Historically, he's not been particularly great. And yeah, past events triggered big volatility in the Bitcoin and equities market, which again is why you see both Bitcoin and risk on selling off at the same rate as probably things like the S&P 500, etc. But what could we get? Well, the reality is, what is the Jackson Hole thing? What is it? Like, why does he do it? What happens? The reality is that it's about bankers, ministers, academics, financial market planners, all that kind of stuff, basically all coming together, having a free meal, bit of an overnight stay, bit of a booze up, and they sort of discuss policy, I guess, and more specifically, monetary policy as to where it goes. The reality is, though, that the Federal Reserve's messaging at Jackson Hole is going to be a big catalyst for Bitcoin. Two possible outcomes, and I don't think there's in between. Dovish in the sentiment of the labor market is okay. We expect the labor market to grow a little bit, and inflation's fine, right? Okay, good news. He could signal that they would be inclined to cut rates by 25 basis points, as there is a very little growing fear of a recession. Okay, that would be good news, right? Markets will probably do pretty well. If he comes in and goes, oh, the labor market's not great, we actually may have to raise rates or reevaluate, could be a word that he's going to bring. We need to, Holmes, remind me, we need to do a bingo card before Friday. We definitely need to do that, because I think that'd be fun. If the data is not there, then the rate cuts aren't coming. That's true. The only difference is you're not going to get a lot of data. PCE doesn't really matter. We're going to get CPI, I think, and PPI the week before potential rate cuts. I think we'll have to double check that. But yeah, again, this could be the point here. Analysts note the Federal Reserve message actually could serve as a catalyst for Bitcoin, depending on whether the tone is dovish, suggesting rate cuts, or money printing, right? Money printing would be better. Or hawkish internet continued light monetary policies. That's going to be the key thing, by the way. What does history tell us, or history tells us? Historically, nearly every Jackson Hole event in the past 7 years has been followed by a correction, except in 2023 when Powell signaled the inflation was under control and rate cuts were near, leading to market rallies. That is what we have to hope for. Orkingham Capital observed that a hawkish or even neutral message could lead to a typical August-September sell-off, while a dovish surprise might push equities and Bitcoin for fresh highs. I think the market right now is pricing in a flat or hawkish Jerome Powell, which is, I mean, you could argue that he would be doing it on purpose. But anyway, hopefully we get a slightly dovish view, and I think that's why the markets have done what they're doing, because I think where we've gone from 100% to like 84%, they've gone, ooh, shit, it might not be the same thing we want. Some analysts remain optimistic, pointing to positive job growth and inflation data supportive of risk assets. Capital flows argue with a strong noun form. Payroll numbers, inflation still above 3%. The Fed may have little room to tighten further, then it becomes very political, I think. So again, important to think about. It absolutely, though, now aligns to a big day on Friday, and we need to be absolutely dialed into that. Hope Trump can tell Congress to pass rebates to Americans because tariff profiles. Yeah, well, that's the other thing. I don't think we'll get the tariff surplus prior to Jackson Hole on Friday. I mean, if you think about it, tomorrow's Wednesday, so we're like 48 hours away. So we'll see. We'll see. Yeah, we'll see. We'll see. Man, you guys are talking about complete nonsense. Jackson Hole's yeah, I think so, Tomato Pete. I think it's just where they just go and get lashed up. Can you imagine? Daniel, what's going on? Grosser aus Deutschland. I think that's what that means anyway. Yeah, good news. By the way, shout out to everybody tuning in on TikTok as well. Tap the screen. You know what I need. You know what to do, baby. You don't know what something is until you check it for yourself. I mean, that's true. My Crypto Space UK is in the building. What's going on, everybody? Welcome. Thanks. The workout coach. Hey, thank you, man. I appreciate it. Appreciate it. JJ's in the building as well. What's going on, JJ? Appreciate you guys tuning in as always. Makes it worthwhile. Again, continuing on with what we just... Oops, I didn't even need to press that. Continuing on, we just talked about, again, the critical level. Equally, what we're going to get on Friday. Good news, that wasn't anything else. That would have been super weird if it was. But BTC looks terrible in the short term. The good news, I believe, we'll see a recovery relatively soon. Anticipate a reasonable bounce between 110 and 112. We've been talking about that. I mean, look, we kind of got a bounce at 113. We're looking for 113.7 close. Slightly more bullish is probably where I would get to. Let's hope for it. Let's hope we get to there. Like I said, ETFs on the day, we are actually seeing a little bit of selling off. You can see here, BlackRock selling off 600. I don't think that's anything to worry about personally. I think this will just be a repositioning of capital. Maybe some people have gone, oh, yeah, I think the market's going to be a bit pants as well. So, you know, let's kind of just make a bit of a song and dance about it. But this is going to be the big one. Look at this. Treasury yields, this 2-year treasury currently sitting at, where are we at? 3.75%. And then, like we said, the 10-year at 4.31 is up on the year by 44 points. So, again, important to think about as we sort of walk through this. So, this is going to be a big news story. And then finally, like I said, this could also very much devalue or certainly give us a view on the markets is whether we get an announcement from Trump who the next Fed chair could be. This could also be a positive or a negative. I guess we'll have to sort of see what happens, really. And who's going to come in? I actually think that they will probably give Jerome a chance on Friday to do it right. If he doesn't, then he's going to get yeeted out. Trump has specifically said he won't release it until he has kind of agreed what it is. And yeah, he's kind of in a place where he wants to announce it. I think that'll come after Jackson Hole. And I think it's almost like a bit of a carrot that's like, Jerome, you fucked up Jackson Hole, bro. You are donezo. And I think that's kind of what we're going to see. So, look, important to think about and certainly worthwhile referencing as we walk through that. So, just double back on the calendar. Again, we get the minutes from the Federal Reserve to meeting tomorrow. That could be kind of good news. We'll see who voted what at the last meetings. I did not mean to do that. That could give us a bit of I guess, a kind of view as the market. Thursday, we'll sort of get that jobless claims. Expected to be pretty flat. Nothing crazy going on. And then obviously Jackson Hole on Friday. Next week is where it starts to get a little bit tastier. We're going to get those jobless claims coming in as well as consumer confidence coming in. Not really a big deal. And PCE Friday. It's not a big deal though. Just be mindful of that. PCE doesn't really matter. And then the next one we'll get is, you know, is kind of early September. So kind of that comes in. So worthwhile thinking about. What's your prediction for when alt season will start? Actually, what I would say, Mohammed, is go and check my video out that I launched on YouTube earlier on talking specifically about altcoins, or simply join our Discord channel and you can get all the latest content that I upload in there, as well as checking all the price, doing TA and all the rest of it there. By the way, the link is in the description for this video. And if you're not already in it, then you are a chopper. Because some of you aren't, although I can see some of you have joined it actually. So yeah, get in there, make sure you verify yourself. Definitely worthwhile. Like I said, we've got a couple of cool ass bots in there right now working on some of the bits and pieces that will literally TA charts for you. So there you go. How about that? Check your prices, have a look at the price of Bitcoin, whatever you need. Whatever you need. It's bullish. We also have a meeting room as well, by the way, if people just want to chat. We're not messing around. We're not messing around. Drop the link, Tim, for the Discord. The link is in the chat. There it is. And also, it is also in the description as well. Did you hear about from Pepe Assumption? I did. They literally want me to do another video because they are... Hold on a minute. I've literally got it here somewhere. Here. Where is it? The final listing date yesterday. Preparing the script now, and we'll update you as soon with the video request. I haven't had the script yet. I haven't agreed it yet, so I'll get the script and see if I can find out what it is. But I mean, they seem reasonably confident that it's still going ahead. But I will get the script probably over the course of the next 24 hours, and I'll let you guys know. I will let you guys know. But yeah, I mean, they still seem pretty confident that it's going to go ahead. So there you go. Look at that. Stream Elements coming in fresh right now. Bo! Get it. BTC halving. What? You think by September? I mean, yeah, I mean, look, the reality is that this market can change in. So play out two scenarios. You could get really, really dovish. Jerome Powell could talk on Friday and go, jobs market's great. Inflation's nearly 2%. We're super bullish. We're going to cut rates and turn the money printer on. And blah, 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 blah. We think the markets will be at 125K by Saturday morning. So I think it's important to think about. The reality is, if you are waiting for a specific moment, then you will probably miss it. I would be looking to take opportunities when you get them. For example, 3,800 Ethereum is probably feeling like a pretty good buy. 4,000 retest, probably pretty solid as well. I have a level here at 3,922 and 3,758, which could be potential price corrections for Ethereum at 3,800. If you can bag the ETH at 3,800, then you're probably going to be okay. Solana at 177, look at the metrics. Like, if you don't think that's breaking 1,000 this bull market, then, you know, I don't know what to say to you, but that's my view. Hey, Selmo's in the house. Good on Selmo. And BlackRock wants, BlackRock gets. If that's the remaining BTC, they're going to get it. Absolutely. Absolutely. Definitely worthwhile. Definitely. Curtis says, Hobbs, I can't even get to the TG to work. I've been kicked out of the Discord. You haven't been kicked out. Have you been kicked out of the Discord? No one's been kicked out of the Discord. No one's been kicked out of the Discord. You know why no one's been kicked out of the Discord? Because I have all of the logs in each of, in like a channel that only I can see. And it definitely does not have you being kicked out of the Discord. So just make sure you've got the right one. I can't even see you joining it, to be honest. Unless you tell me what your name is. If you don't verify within like 5 minutes, then it boots you out. So yeah. Centralized 2-bit Discord, you know it, baby. You know it. But yeah, good to see you all joining. And again, I will. We are going to be putting more and more stuff in there as well, which is kind of cool. 260 for XRP in the short term. Man, 260 would be pretty bearish to drop that far. I don't think 260. Well, 289. Like, if we lose this, if we lose 289.48, then yeah, you're probably talking 270 next place. Why? This is the thing. The last Discord just got super weird. Currently, you've got a general channel, which is fine, and we're gonna make a we're gonna have like another channel as well, which will be like an off-topic. In fact, I can probably just make this off-topic one, but it doesn't need to be super complicated at the minute. Don't need anything crazy. We don't need anything crazy. We just need like a nice, simple, dead easy Discord channel that, yeah, it's just gonna be cool. We can chat in, and then we'll have like a few other bits and pieces that goes in there as well. So yeah. Right, who did I get? Stu. Mute case 2. 1 case 3. Have you got a word that you shouldn't have in your name, or are you trying to type a word that you shouldn't be? I think you're maybe trying to type a word that you shouldn't be, because it's coming up saying that you're typing a 4-letter word beginning with F. Sounds a little bit like look. Anyway, that's what I keep hearing. Yeah, I mean, look, the reality is if the market keeps selling off and Jerome Powell comes out super hawkish on Friday, then yeah, we could be in for a bit of a painful move. But yeah. Curtis says maybe in now. Curtis, I'm assuming this is you. I can see you. And if that's your word, then, you know. Yeah, Jerome Powell is definitely not great. What's going on? What's happening with crypto? Yeah, people are freaking out about Friday. And short-term sellers are selling Bitcoin like they don't care. And they're actually losing money on it. So think about it that way. Think about it that way. Stream Elements. Get it. Get it. Get more bullish than Tim Shea. Down, down, down. Kovic. I think it's going to be fine, though. Opinion on Salana. Well, let me tell you. I've just been talking about that, actually. Let me give you my opinion on Salana. And I'm going to do it by statistics. I'm going to do it by statistics. I think that's important. Okay, listen to this. If you take Ethereum and Ethereum's price at, say, 4,100, and you work out this, right? Stablecoin market, 142 billion. Chain fees over the last 24 hours, 924,000. You've got app revenue at 3.4 million. And you've also got DEX volume at 5.58 billion. Okay, Ethereum, pretty solid. Lots of people like it. Okay. Then you get into the stablecoin market on Salana at 11 billion. Not quite as much, but obviously the chain's a bit newer. Chain fees, look at this, 1.41 million. DEX volume is sitting at 3.58 billion. And by the way, Salana just passed 100,000 transactions per second. Do you understand how crazy that is? That is effing crazy. So everything about Salana tells us that it is a superior chain to Ethereum. Now, it's never going to surpass Ethereum. Ethereum will always just be Ethereum, Lord, the EVM compatibility of it. However, you, in my opinion, would be a fool to not be keeping an eye on Salana. I am very bullish on Salana. I've been talking about Salana at $8. We were buying it like crazy people here on the channel at $8 because I see the opportunity. And while everybody was saying, oh, Solana's gone down again, it's the worst chain in the world, it's going to freaking zero, I was like, all right, yeah, you guys keep telling it's going to zero. I'm just going to keep buying more. Like, I've had Solana stake now for probably a year, and I absolutely think it's got a really solid, big move coming. I could see Solana like, 600, 700, 800 easily. I don't see any Curtis. I can see Curtis. Yeah, I can see Curtis. It's interesting, Curtis. We'll be able to see when you're actually playing on Rocket League in there as well. So yeah, it's starting to fill up again. We can get people in here. Like I said, we'll start to put some cool stuff on there and we'll start to get some pretty bullish news. So, which will be good. Opinion on Arbitrum. I had it, sold it. It's a DAO coin. Yeah, I mean, there's just so many better layer 2s out there than Arbitrum. Personally, I really liked it when it came out. I thought they were going to get DAO voting. You were going to get rewarded for having it. It was definitely kind of one of those that you're like, oh, this could be pretty good. And then they kind of cocked it all up, unfortunately. So, yeah, I would definitely go elsewhere on a layer 2 than Arbitrum, personally. I'd have seen Stu's message only. Message Obi saw it. Must be, yeah, it's fine. It's fine. Yeah, Selmo's in the 2-bit bunker. Let's get it. Why is XRP dropping all the time if it's one of the better ones? Because the entire market's going down. That's like saying, why is gold going down? But gold's going down because the whole market's selling off. Like, people are going into cash, real estate, getting out of risk assets. This is what you got to understand. If you were to look at the markets and Bitcoin was down 5% and gold was skyrocketing and real estate was skyrocketing and yields were going through the roof and whatever, the S&P 500 is breaking new all-time highs, you'd be like, oh shit, like we're in a problem here. But the whole market's selling off. Jerome Powell's created this like, don't know, this like uncertainty in the market. Like, people don't trust he's going to do the right decision, which is why he won't see out another term. Like, he'll be donezo. I think it's May's due, by the way. But yeah, should be pretty interesting as well. But yeah, I think when you look at the macro stuff, I mean, just look at XRP as an example. Coinbase are now launching their view of altcoin season. You've got Gemini going for an IPO, of which they've released a $75 million credit card program that's built with XRP and RLUSD. You've got a ton of stuff being built on XRPL as well. So yeah, as well as that banking infrastructure. I mean, XRP and RLUSD and Ripple are going to be crazy, I think, personally. Holmes works just fine. 2-bit still calls me Holmes on the calls. Yeah, that's true, actually. That's true. Kick misses out for a week or so. So maybe on more often. Nice, bro. Yeah. Honestly, UK time, I'm normally on Rocket League about 1 a.m. I normally try and wind down after a busy few hours of content creation, Discord upkeep and all the rest of it. So TikTok videos. Then, yeah, hit me up. Oh, nice. Yeah. Nice. I like it. They are the best ones. Look, I love my kids to bits. I love my missus to bits. But you know what? When they go away for like 3 days, it's just the most fun you can have in the world. It's like, get online, do loads of content, like get super bullish on everything. It's great fun. We're all about it. We're all about it. But yeah, anyway, gear ass to the Discord group. It's crazy in there. Like I said, we got some really bullish stuff coming, building some new like apps and all the rest of it. So you'll be able to literally TA charts, look at Bitcoin, pull up any chart, by the way, on TradingView as well. So you can literally type in, I think it's hold on a minute, /C, and then you type like BTC or something like that. I think it is. There you go. Look, there you go. I've just put it in there so you guys can see it. And then boom, it brings up the Bitcoin chart. Let's go. There you go. Look, right on the money. You can see how that comes in as well. So yeah. What do you think about 45? Okay, what do you think about 45%, 25 XRP, 15 ETH, 10 Sol, 5H bar, DCF, 5-10 years? I just don't understand why people are going to keep crypto coins like post the bull run. I don't understand why they're going to do it. I'm literally freaking selling everything, and then I'll wait for the market to dip. The only debate is how far it's going to dip, but it's definitely going to dip. But yeah, I mean, look, long term, you know, if you're in Bitcoin, you're exposed to XRP, you got ETH. Yeah, sounds pretty good to me. What time is the best time to get in? Should I wait until the end of September? Do you mean to get into this market, or do you mean my Discord channel? Look, here's the thing to understand, and I think what would be good, by the way, and I was thinking about this earlier. I need to be good to kind of get some people to do some like educational, like have an education channel in there where we put like content in there which like tells you about like how you DCA into projects, laddering in, laddering out, all that kind of stuff. We'll do that. But yeah, the reality is that this is where the superpower of DCAing comes in. Because you could say, well, I'm going to buy in at 113,500, right, on Bitcoin, and it dumps to 110. If you've got, say, $1,000 to invest, just do 250 and then see what happens. Don't go all in, all out. Just work your way in. Then that way you can invest over a longer period of time, DCA your price, maybe get a better deal. And you're not waiting for that kind of like, everyone's done it where you sit there going, oh, I'll wait till tomorrow. And then tomorrow comes and you're like, oh shit, I should have gone yesterday. Like it's up $1,000. I'll get in today. You get in today and then it dumps the day after. Like you gotta find your balance. You gotta find your opportunity. Where do I think we'll be? I mean, September is historically a pretty bullish month. August tends to be a bit naff. September tends to be okay. October, very good. We're gonna pump on rate cut day. I mean, yeah. I mean, when is it? When's the next one? September the what? Someone help me out. Is it like September the 11th or something? I can't remember what it is. Let's have a look. Let's have a look. I think it's September the 11th. I might be wrong though. 17th. Okay, September the 17th, right? So, let's do this. And just really quickly, I want to look at this. Okay, yeah, here we go. Okay, yeah, perfect. Perfect. Right. So September 17th. So let's think about what we've got. Let's go September the 17th, right? So the rate cuts. Oh, it doesn't go that far. So basically, rate cuts are going to come in like the week after this. Okay. So when we work through what is coming, so CPI data comes in on the 11th. So we're going to have CPI data before those rate cuts. So if this comes in like bad, yeah, that could be interesting, as well as the inflation data that's going to come in as well. So you think about that. You've also then got PPI data going to come in the day before. So you get, oh my God, you get PPI on the 10th, CPI on the 11th, inflation and rate cuts allegedly the week after. So that's going to be pretty tasty, isn't it? That is going to be pretty tasty. Consumer credit change on the 8th. Man, that week's going to be a fucking disaster. Christ. What else have you got that's going to happen before then that could give us the manufacturing employment numbers could be pretty interesting. September the 2nd. Core PCE will come in on the August 29th. I mean, is that a big thing? Probably a little bit. Nothing crazy, I don't think, though. Nothing crazy. And then you're sort of into kind of next week. So there's a couple of big things going to come in. There is a couple of big things going to come in before we get to those rate cuts, which could totally influence his opinion. Like that would not be good. So, yeah, we'll have to kind of wait and see. We'll keep close to that, though. That's going to be important. I mean, Bitcoin is trying to rally a little bit. I mean, I don't often blow my own trumpet, but by the way, we've actually had probably the second biggest move of the day since I went live. We went from 113.014 all the way up to 113.531. That's about as big as you get on a green day while I've been live. So, I mean, people say that 2-bit can't move the markets. I call them a bunch of fucking liars. So, yeah. Just my opinion, anyway. Just my opinion. Sleepless, what's going on? Good to see you guys. Welcome. How's things going over there? By the way, if you do have any DeFi projects or anything you want to take a look at, I'm more than happy to take a quick look. We've got about 20 minutes left of the stream. So if you're in a coin, in a project, whatever you want us to take a look at. Also, if you're in our Discord channel, baby, you can literally tear that motherfucker straight off the bat. Don't miss out is all I would tell you. All right? That's all I would tell you. You don't want to miss out. We've got all the skills. We've got all the pills. It's great. How about we take a look at Sleepless Coin? I mean, the fact that your name is Sleepless CTO tells me you already know what the coin should look like. What was your exit strategy? Sell everything. Go into stablecoin, pay my taxes, wait for the market to dump, buy back in. That is literally it. I'm addicted to memes. Seeing good X's. Yeah. Hey, look. Memes are fun. But remember, when the fun stops, stop. Because you lose everything on meme coins. Mid to long-term bullish. I'm super mid to long-term bullish. I'm actually probably short-term bullish. It's only... Depends what you define as short-term. Is short-term a month, 4 weeks? Mid-term 6 months? You know, long-term a year? Or is short-term 6 months? If you say that, then I'm super bullish short-term. Yeah, check out 𝗦𝗲𝗿𝗀𝗵𝗵𝗀𝗀's sister. Okay, let's do this. I will look at Sleepless Coin, by the way. I'll do that. Oh, we looked at this before. We've definitely looked at this before. I have a feeling this isn't going to look that great. Yeah, this looks like a disaster. Well, I'm not being fair. I'm not being fair. It doesn't look like a disaster. It does, however, look finished. Unfortunately, it's had its moment. It's Pumperino. It probably needs to consolidate. Maybe gets another shot. Doesn't feel like it, though. Doesn't feel like it. Obi should just be able to, it literally just comes up and asks you to click. Should be like the easiest thing in the world. Send the link again, Tim, please. It kicked me because I didn't verify. Oh, really? Really? Holmes, you've been in there all day. What are you talking about? What are you choppers talking about? Did it really kick you out? It says that you automated action carried out for using a blacklisted word. Did you use a word you shouldn't have done? That's what it says here. Anyway, I mean, it's saying that on my verification channel that you guys can't see. It's saying that it's fine. Saying it's fine. Let me know, Hums. I would like to take a look at how far down alts will go because a 40% drop takes an 80% gain to break even. I mean, that's assuming you're going to get a 40% dump. It doesn't feel like it. What do you think of 𝗏𝗏𝗿𝗄𝗏? Got in 50k yesterday, now at 800k. Holy shit. I think that's probably a pretty good story. Yeah, probably if you got it at 50k, bro, nice. Sleepless Coin. Here you go. I found you. You're at 125k market cap. Is that you guys? Is that you guys? 125k? Let me know. It kicked me to, I'm back in now though. I verified myself by going onto the link and logging in. Okay. Yeah, you have to verify. You have to make sure you verify. Just come up there and say that you, I mean, most other people have got in. It doesn't look like it's kicked a lot of people out. Okay, that's you. Okay. I mean, it looks like a challenge. It looks like you've had some sort of sell-off. What do you launch on? Bonk Fund. So your Bonk Fund launch. Here would be my challenge and my question to you guys. What are you going to do to drive your price? You look like you're about launch price is my guess. So the fact you're a CTO says that you either got completely screwed by your dev. So my question is, how are you going to drive this? Volume feels pretty flat, 15k. I think the narrative, Sleepless Coin, kind of get it, like it. You've got a great opportunity to the fact you got 20% of your pooled supply. What's your narrative? What's the way you're going to push this? You need volume, you need new holders. Just say you've got 3.25k holders, which is, I mean, it's a good number, by the way. But yeah, that would be my question to you. You're at a very, very important point. You either go crazy here, skyrocket and absolutely send it to the moon, or you don't. That's where I would get to that. Curtis doesn't give me that option. 𝗏𝗏𝗿𝗏𝗏 is actually not a meme. Let's take a look at 𝗏𝗏𝗿𝗏𝗏𝗏. It looks like it's a coin market cap 1. Let me just bring that up. 𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏. Oh, there you are. Go, yeah. 800k market cap. Interesting. I think I put 𝗏𝗏𝗿𝗏𝗏 rather than 𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏. I mean, yeah. I mean, that's kind of sending, isn't it? Look at that. Epic. Epic. Looks like it's got some good volume coming through. What are we on here? I don't even know. I've never seen this before on coin market cap. I'm on daily. Looks all right. Looks all right. Nice. Nice. It's always good. Like I said, meme coins, they're great. They're fun. They are obviously a risk as well. They can, you know, one day you're absolutely going to the moon and the next day you're getting absolutely smashed to oblivion. So yeah. I mean, look at that. 1.2 million market cap, launched on... Do you know what? Pump Fund feels like it's getting a bit of momentum back right now. I mean, this looks like it's got loads of new holders going into it. It's got 1.2k holders, 1.22 million market cap. I mean, it's got some good volume coming in. Looks all right. Hot 5 on Salana. 821k market cap. Got to break that milli. The milli is on there. I'm going to stick it on the list and we'll keep an eye on it. We'll have a look at it tomorrow. We'll have a look at it. But yeah, man, if you got in a 50k, shout out to you. The only thing I would say is where the F was my DM. But hey, that's life, innit? Oh, but I forgot mine too. I had to go into my laptop where it's ready to go on my login details online. I didn't verify, but I'm there. Okay, fine. Well, again, you have to verify. It should just be relatively easy verification, though. Literally, I made it so it was like super easy to do. I mean, I can probably change it. Hold on a minute. Hold on a freaking minute. This is the problem, by the way. Hey, no dramas. No dramas whatsoever. That's what we're here for. If he says, good morning, market's dump. I mean, that's true. That's true. We're not like every other channel, you know, that you have to go in there or you're like, oh, God, like they just don't speak to anybody. We're a community of people that want to succeed. And equally, we've got a great community on the back of it as well. So just be part of it. Be, you know, be here. We live stream 4 p.m. Eastern every single day. It's 9 p.m. in the UK. So make sure you're all over it. And yeah, if you've got things to look at, share and share alike. That's my view. Right, verification, web verification. Okay, I can do image. Oh, I can't do image verification. That's annoying. Oh, yeah, I've got to pay for image verification. Yeah, I can't do that. So it's web verification. User will be sent a link and prompted to visit the website to complete a capture. That's what should come up, by the way. That's what should come up. So hopefully it is. Why is crypto dumping? Dumping because people are really nervous about what Jerome Powell's going to say on Friday. Pretty much. However, we have seen a nice-ish move in the last hour since I went live. Not saying it's all down to me, but again, it's a slightly better scenario than we've been. But a little bit of uncertainty in the market, a little bit of nervousness as to what's going to happen. And risk assets don't like it. What I think is important to reference, though, the whole market, including gold, S&P 500, NASDAQ, the whole shebang, is down today. It tells you it's a market-wide nervousness as opposed to it specifically to crypto. So longer term, it's fine, is my view. Is my view, by the way. Don't forget, by the way, if you are brand new, again, as always, make sure you hit that subscribe button to stay up to date with all the latest cryptocurrency. I actually upload content every single day. Keep you dialed in. And don't forget, I'm going to be here tomorrow night, once again, doing a double stream. So we'll have our usual stream, 4 p.m. Eastern, 9 p.m. in the UK. And then I'm back live again on TikTok with none other than 𝗥𝗲𝗹𝘁𝗲. Go and check his account out. We'll be talking all things new stuff, meme coins, you name it. We're going to be sort of getting into it, getting his view on the world. So if you want to come and join us, it's a double stream tomorrow. As always, it will be super, super epic. So yeah, don't sleep on tomorrow. Oh my God, I've verified, and it's an unverified me again. I literally told me I was verified. Oh, really? I mean, it looks like you're kind of all in. Click on your name here, and it'll say verified. Oh yeah, it says unverified. Remove role. I wonder if that's because maybe I'll have a look at it. Just don't leave. Even if it says unverified, just don't leave. Curtis looks all right. Is it just, I mean, has it kicked you out, Stu, as well? No, it says you're there. I weirdly think unverified means verified. Oh, I don't know. It's all confusing. It kicked me last time, so it might kick me in a bit. Okay, well, let's see what happens. Let's see what happens. Right. Okay, clear that, clear that, clear that. We don't need that, we don't need that. We're good there, and good there as well. Right, good. Thorwell's on 10 to hooks in what? Yeah, I know, it's crazy, isn't it? Jerome Powell, and the fact that Jerome is a bit like, oh, I think Donald Trump's a bit of a chopper, then that kind of adds to the potential pain. So yeah, we'll see. We'll see. Tim says it kicked me out too. I told you I'm not very good at this whole setting stuff up malarkey. I told you I'm not very good at it. Someone said I'm coming out dressed as Shrek. Who's that? What the hell, bro? Let's have a look. Let's have a look. Let's see if we can work this out together. Right. Verification. Here you go. Look, this is the server. So roles. Roles are important. Add role, add another role. Oh, I can't do that. So yeah, look. If you're using unverified role, CaptureBot does not add your unverified role to users when they join. You'll need to use another bot to add the role, and CaptureBot can remove it once they verify. So just delete, well, I can't delete this. It's got to stay on there. Anyone know? Anyone have any ideas? I don't freaking know. Image verification's on. Roles are an important part of verification. Roles are updated after the user completes verification. Roles allow you to hide access to your server when users are not verified and give them access once they verify. You can configure your roles however you like. The bot does not have the preference. If you are using an unverified role, CaptureBot does not add your unverified role to users when they join. You will need to use another bot to add the role, and CaptureBot can remove it once they verify. So, yeah, so I can see you. Holmes is fine, look. Oh, I don't know. It's all a bit confusing if you ask me. Add another role, but I can't. It doesn't let me look. And then I already have another role in here. I already have another role in here that says, just got kicked again. Oh my God, what is going on? I don't know the answer, you massive choppers. It says here, 𝗥𝗲𝗹𝘁𝗲𝗱. It keeps coming up saying that blacklisted word. Why does it keep coming up with a blacklisted word? Okay, we need to bring this. We need to bring this up. Let's bring 𝗥𝗲𝗹𝘁𝗲 up. Right, let's bring 𝗥𝗲𝗹𝘁𝗲 up. Moderation. Let's remove that. Ban settings. So it's not bans. It's not banning you guys. Kick. Remove censorship too. I don't think there is anything in there. Oh, I don't know the answer. I don't know the answer. It's like the most annoying thing in the world. Recent actions. See, this is just fine. This is like nothing crazy on here. Automated. Whitelisted domains. So that's fine. Punishments, delete message 1, temp mute. Banned words. Yes, it's like saying you guys are typing these words. Like, are you literally typing these words or not? Go to Discord, just let people join you at the... I mean, that's probably a true word. That's probably a true word. Oh, man, I don't know. I don't know. It's all a bit confusing if you ask me. We'll work it out. I don't know how, but we'll work it out. I think so. I think so. I mean, I can do that, but that's what's coming up right now. It's coming up saying automated action carried out for using a blacklisted word. On all of you guys, it's just bringing up saying that that's what you've said. And then I see that, hi Tim, welcome to do a bit on the verification channels. I'm assuming that the 𝗥𝗲𝗹𝘁𝗲 is saying that, yeah, you're here. Welcome, Tim. 420 duration. Right, so it's kicking you out after 10 minutes. Okay. I don't know why it's kicking you out after 10 minutes. I will fix it. I don't know how to fix it, but I'm going to fix it. Yeah, so I can see here like 420 duration, 9 minutes 59. 9 minutes 59. So it must be kicking people out after 10 minutes. So that's the verification bit. So why is it not letting you verify then? That has to be the question, isn't it? That has to be the question. It's not letting you verify. Anyway, we'll work it out. What's that going to do for crypto? Nothing. Nothing at all. Is it not coming up as like a link? Okay, fine. Well, I'll tell you what, let's get rid of this. Is that going to cock everything up now? Right, I've got rid of the capture bot. Can you guys join again? If anyone's not in the Discord channel, then I've got rid of the capture bot. So I don't know if that actually helps or not, by the way. I actually don't know if it helps. Anyway, Bitcoin is on the move. We're up a little bit. What are we at now? 113,585. So fingers crossed we can kind of see this continue to move. And hopefully this will sort of start to push to the upside a little bit further. 113,700 is what we're talking about. That's what I want to see. That would be way more bullish for us. That'd be good news if we get that. So, right. Right, so I can see you guys join in. 420's gone in the meeting room. What's going on, 420? Get out of the meeting room, you massive chopper. All right, so hopefully then this should then keep you guys in there now, because I've said to not like boot you guys out. Hopefully. Ba 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 da 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 dum bop. Boom ba ba da ba da ba boom ba ba que go to see dana ma ba na 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 bum ba 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 bum ba ba bum ba ba bum ba. Should we remove the naughty words, please? No. All right. Well, don't swear in there. 𝗥𝗲𝗹𝘁𝗲𝗱, yeah, good time to buy today. I mean, yeah, you're edging that Friday is not going to be bad news. That's probably where I would get to. You are assuming that Friday is going to be fine, and yeah, that you're going to be okay. That's what you got. That's the bet. If you think Friday is going to be a little bit tasty, you're kind of like, okay, like, you know, we'll wait and see, right? We'll wait and see kind of what that looks like. But yeah, fingers crossed it will stay solid. Fingers crossed we'll sort of continue to see that play out. And yeah, do you know what I mean? Hopefully it'll kind of be good. If we can get a little bit of momentum, then we should be fine. We should be fine. So yeah, we just need some positive market moves, and yeah, we should be okay. If your name is red in Discord, it means you're muted, I think. Does it? I don't know. You guys are hard work right now. I can see you guys in there. It looks like you're all fine. What are you talking about? It says you're muted, but you're not muted. See, I can literally just change your names to... There you go. There you go. I think we're fine. I think we're fine. I think, yeah, I'm just going to sort of change all of these to member. And then hopefully it'll all kind of just sort itself out. I mean, you guys are just like, oh, 2bits, crap at all this stuff. I know I am. I don't profess to be good at this stuff. That's why you all should get people to do stuff like that isn't you. Anyway, right. I think that's sorted, everybody. I think everyone's sorted. What do you think about the 𝗥𝗲𝗿 project? Yeah, I like 𝗥𝗲𝗿. I talked about it a while back. Definitely a good opportunity with it, especially at 23 cents. By the way, 𝗥𝗲𝗿 hasn't even like corrected that heavily. We talked about this before. I mean, you'd argue 𝗥𝗲𝗿 could come down to 22 and he's holding up pretty well. So yeah, you've definitely got a solid opportunity with that. I think 𝗥𝗲𝗿, Algorand, Chainlink, I'm starting to hear people talk about it. People are nervous about Friday. They are genuinely nervous that Jerome Powell is going to dump these markets on Friday. So anyway, everybody, that does bring us to the sort of last few minutes of the stream, really. And yeah, if you've got any final questions, and yeah, that'd be good. That'd be good. And then we'll, as always, we're here 4 p.m. Eastern every single day. Yeah, I saw that. The Coinbase report's pretty interesting, actually, Beebs. The fact that they believe altcoins are going to move big in September. They're only looking at things like Altseason, etc., all that kind of stuff. Altseason index, you know, could absolutely be in that place. So, you know, fingers crossed. Then that'll all kind of play out, and we'll see it a bit more positive. So, be good news. Be good news, I think. Like I said, I'm still very optimistic on the market. I still think the market's got way more to give us. I think there's a, you know, a bigger move yet priced in, which I think will be good news. We just got to get there, and we've got to get through kind of the next, you know, the next few bits and pieces. So, yeah, we'll see. The 𝗥𝗲𝗹𝘁𝗲 is still booting you guys out for some reason. I don't know why. I'll have a look at it in a minute. All good, as always. Yeah, appreciate it. Appreciate it. Obi, I think it's kicked you out. I think it's kicked you out again. Yeah, so punishments, bad links, bad words, bad invites, attachments, word, caps, spam. Everything's 10 minutes. So, yeah, it has to be this. Log actions to thank. Automated is one of the most common used features. At the bottom, bugs are extremely there. Please double check your settings with last minute and check your Discord parameters. Log action there. Drama channel, mute, role, unverified. Maybe it's that. Whitelist channels, whitelist roles. I don't need to whitelist a role. Bad invite. Mentions. Okay. Okay, I'm going to keep an eye on it and see what happens. Hopefully it doesn't keep booting you guys out. If it does, then I'll get you sorted. Man, Wendy just joined the TikTok live. Right, everybody. I'm going to be out of here. I got stuff to do, as always. I appreciate you guys. Make sure you're here tomorrow night, 4 p.m. Eastern. As always, we'll be breaking down the markets as well as taking you in everything so that you guys know what is going on. Remember, the only place to be is in the 2Bit Crypto channel Discord server. We're going to get that thing moving and grooving once we kind of know what's going on. And as always, thank you so much for tuning in. We appreciate it. The like and subscribe button as always. And I'm going to catch you guys on the flip side. See you soon.